First of all, just thank you to the city of Lubbock, Texas Tech. Everybody showed up to the game. Thought the crowd, thought the atmosphere was beautiful. I thought Mitch Stallings was really good as advertised. Thought DeCaster was really good. I was really glad we got to the last guy. He's you can tell he's a baseball player. A guy can play third base and come in and pitch. There's not a whole lot of those guys laying around anymore. As far as our group, you go Dusek, Shedder, Kazada, Harpino, Gabe Holt, Zach Reams, Josh Young, Grant Little, Cody Farhat, keep going. Mike Davis, sure glad those guys are on our team. It's a lot of fun watching them play every day.
Questions for the student athletes?
Zach, I guess what was your approach on that home run? It seemed like you were kind of looking on that first pitch there, and it looked like you liked what you had.
He was just, he was rolling through that inning, so I realized he was trying to get ahead early in the count. So I was just ready for something to be there.
Gabe, I guess for you, I know you and Braxton, I know it didn't show a little bit for Braxton, but you guys had some pretty big plays in there. I guess just speak about your approach on the RBI that you had that kind of put you all ahead.
Really, I was just trying to expand the zone of the ump. The zone was kind of big, so, I was trying to put the ball in play and good things happen. So.
I guess for you, when you kind of saw what the freshmen were able to do, kind of you and Braxton at that point, how big was that bunt that just kind of got you guys kind of going there, especially with second and first, and then just in terms of the momentum you all had at that point?
Oh, it was huge. Again, 2 runners on ahead of me. I believe we had no outs, I think, or 1 out. So that was big, and then it was just fun. I guess it's just big. People getting on, and I like to hit with base runners. So.
For you, is it just kind of common for you now to kind of be up in big spots and just be in clutch moments? And I guess what have you done to kind of maybe prepare yourself for those moments?
I just got to thank the coaching staff. They always tell us to get your pitch. And Coach Tadlock loves to say, be where your feet are. So with that being said, it's kind of gotten to a point to where, the big moments, you're able to slow them down. You got to deal with one pitch at a time and do what you can do.
I guess when you were at first and Brian hits that double down the right field line, did you know you were getting home? And I guess how fast were you running at that point?
Yeah, I knew I was scoring for sure. I don't really know how fast I was running, but apparently fast enough, so that's all that matters.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, we'll excuse them. Thanks, folks.
Yeah. See you.
Questions for Coach Tadlock?
Hey, Coach. I guess just in terms of what Gabe was able to do with his at-bat, I know he had some pretty good at-bats from Josh and Grant earlier, but just in terms of that at-bat that got you the RBI there.
Really big at-bat. Obviously you got Harpino going in the pen, coming in the game regardless. Bringing him in with a 1-run lead or a 2-run lead is a lot better than a tie game. Doesn't always work out that way. But it's a big at-bat. I thought Cody Farhat's was a big at-bat. Braxton Fulford's was a big at-bat. And, as it played out, Brian Klein's was just as big. Otherwise, you got first and third, 1 out. And bang-banger. And so but Gabe, trying to get the guy in scoring position because the top of the order is coming up, and we're fortunate ball found a hole.
It's just in terms of what Gabe was able to do going from first to home, I guess, what were you trying to be aggressive there, or did you kind of know the speed you had there? And kind
of? Yeah, the speed. I don't know the mile per hour, though. Back in the day, we used to run in the middle of the street. You got to put the radar gun up, and but Gabe's faster than we were, that's for sure. With 2 outs, you're wanting to score him. We got a good kick, got a fortunate kick off the wall that allowed him to score pretty easy. None of that happens without Brian Klein, though. Really glad, he put a good swing on it.
For me, I guess just in terms of what the freshmen were able to do today, I know Braxton had the throw out at second that got the lead runner out, and then he had the bunt that kind of forced the issue at that point, and then Gabe with the RBI. I guess if you could just speak to what the freshmen were able to do and kind of a big moment for you.
Golly, they're baseball players to us. I mean, all these guys they've been playing baseball their whole life. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, they're baseball players. But since they are classified as freshmen, it's neat to see. But they've played a lot of games at this point before they got here, and this year they played a lot of games, and we're fortunate they're on our side.
Coach, you guys had a lot of opportunities early in this game that you weren't able to capitalize on, but your guys kept in those at bats and extending them. Were you having to coach them up in the dugout, or were they just like, we're just one pitch away this entire time?
I don't know how much coaching there is really at this point. Guys are trying to get a good pitch to hit and putting a good swing on it. I think you got to give a lot of credit to their pitching staff. They made some big pitches and some big moments, and I wouldn't take anything away from them. I mean, those guys can really pitch.
Coach, pulling Dylan in the second inning, was that performance related, or was that the blister flaring up again?
A little bit of both. I think he walked a guy on 4. Really liked Shedder was coming in probably with the blister flaring up, so not ideal. But at the same time, really liked what Dylan gave us to start the game. So, I mean, he's hit the ball at the guy. I mean, if he gets, a ground ball at somebody, he gives up no runs. And so Dylan was a big part of that whole deal.
Coach, Jose Quesada came in the 7th, struggled a little bit giving up the run, and then came in and, got 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. What did that do for his confidence and really the confidence in the dugout?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was in the 7th. No, 6th, 7th, when he gave up a run. Brought him in with 1 out, I believe, and nobody on. He gets Lebowski, and he's got 2 outs and probably just goes to overthrowing a little bit and loses a feel for release point, and they get a run. I tell you what, I mean, I'd be pretty thankful that we got out of it. There's some pretty good hitters up there. I'm not sure if it was first and second or the bases loaded. He made some pitches there. He found it. Really fortunate, and he needs to learn from that. As far as when he came back out, was it the 8th? Is that accurate? We came back out in the 8th. Seemed like he settled down, executed some pitches. There should be something he could take away from that.
Coach, knowing you got to Duke's bullpen today, how does that kind of set up the rest of the weekend for you guys in terms of, going against them with at bats?
I tell you, I think everybody's got a good bullpen at this time. They didn't pitch a couple guys down there. They got the one guy that really mixes. They got the big left-hander with a good arm. They're going to throw a good starter at us tomorrow. They'll have those guys in the bullpen again. Got all the respect in the world for Duke and their program. That's a tough baseball game today. A really good college baseball game. And but as far as an advantage or how's it set up, you got to go play each day. That's why they say, hey, got to play the game. Don't play the game on paper. So we're going to try to come out tomorrow and do just that.
Any more questions for Coach Tadlock?
You're going to go play tomorrow. Do you know who you're going to start tomorrow? Is it
Caleb Killian.